Nicole here with Ona. We're going to continue working on walking nicely on a leash. Of course, that's a really big one for all dog owners. You want to make sure that Mr. Ona can heel properly. He knows what to do when he stops. So we want to make sure that we're always trying to review that and make sure that he is always working. Alright, so I do have him on a slip lead here. Want to make sure that we have it in the proper location on his little neck, so that would be right at the top. And we want to avoid any collars or things that would slide down to the bottom, kind of have that harness effect, really going to make him do a lot of pulling. So, are we ready? And I was watching him with Rachel. I saw she did a really great job with the loose leash walking. So, oops, sorry about that leaf there. We're going to make sure that we review that today. All right, so just want to make sure that we always ask Ona to sit whenever we come to a stop. Really important. We want to make sure that he's not floating around in front of us or behind us, beside us. We want to make sure that we always know where he is, and that should be right by our side. And I know he's been doing really well with the sitting. Sometimes he sits in a different direction. That's okay. He's still a young pup, and he's always learning. All right, so first things first, got to make sure that he remembers that heel. Yes. So, all I'm going to do is ask him to heel. And I'm also going to slap my leg, encourage him to come beside me into the heel position, and I'm going to do this with the baby step. So just a couple steps, asking him to heel. We're going to come to a stop. Going to be looking for him to sit down, and then we'll take it from there. Oh, no. Alright, so far so good. He's doing a really excellent job with the sitting. And one of the main things that we really need to work on with all dogs during training is distractions. And of course, you know, when you walk Ona on the leash, I'm sure there's tons of distractions there for him, be it animals, people, objects, you name it, dogs are going to be distracted. So this is to be used as mostly instructional, especially when you're heading out with your dogs and Ona. You want to make sure that you can expose him to certain things and still make sure that he is able to be controlled. You don't want him to get too nervous or too hesitant to go to certain places. So if you find that Ona maybe gets a little bit too worked up going by a certain house with some certain dogs there, try to avoid that situation until you're absolutely sure that Ona will listen to you, whether it be, you know, sitting nicely, stay, or something like that. So making sure that we have all of those base commands before we do some really big distractions on a walk. So we do have the employees coming around here. That's a lot of distractions in itself, in addition to him wanting to go back and play with his little buddies over there. That is also a distraction. Okay, so we're going to start working again with the heeling. I'm going to start taking a little more distance between stopping and asking Ona to sit. we're going to continue. Yep. Alright, so whenever he faces a different direction, we want to make sure that we do reposition him. He's doing a great job by sitting down when we stop, and that's exactly what we're looking for. But he's kind of facing the wrong direction. That's okay though. Just reposition him. He's doing a great job with that. Yep. Alright, so just remember whenever you're practicing walking with Ona and maybe he gets a little bit ahead of you, you want to make sure that he goes back to that proper heel. Utilize your left leg or whatever side you usually walk him on. If it's your right side that you usually have Ona on, then you can use your right leg. But when you're walking and you're trying to get Ona back to that heel position, instead of always pulling or trying to bring him back to your side, simply take your left leg and move it right in front of Ona. This is naturally going to cause him to fall back to a heel position. So you're going to be making a lot of turns, and when asking him to heel, you want to make sure that you can bring him to your side by just doing that slap on the leg. And if you find that perhaps he's not too keen on heeling, really try to slow it down. Do those baby steps, couple steps, asking him to heel. All right, so let's continue working on this now. Ona. Ona. Yep. Good. Okay, and yep, good boy. Making sure that you're making a lot of different turns. You want to zigzag all over the place. Good boy. Good boy. Good sit, Ona. Good boy. Yep. Good boy. Good boy. And if you find that Ona perhaps is lagging behind for some reason, just ask him to come back and heel. Yep. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Alright, so Ona is definitely doing a fantastic job with the loose leash walking, but like I said, with distractions and things, it might be a little bit more difficult to control him, especially since at the facility he's used to his surroundings, and with exceptions of new people coming in and him seeing dogs. But when you do have him on a walk, when you guys are practicing, just remember, have a lot of patience, and definitely try to use that left leg to come in front of Ona to block him, giving him a chance to go back to that heel position, and also gives you some chances to, kind of free up your arms. You don't have to constantly pull. He does listen very well on the leash. Good boy. Good boy, Ona. All right, well, this is Nicole here with Ona. Been practicing some of that loose leash walking. He did a great job. And we'll see you later. Bye.